Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, it's the Zoom fail everyone is talking about. A director trashes his actor's apartment right in front of him on a Zoom call. Then, Stephanie Hansen is back to help you with your smaller Thanksgiving plans with great takeout options for just a few folks. And she's been one of my faves for years. I'm talking to Diane Lane for the very first time about her new movie with another great one, Kevin Costner. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities with our virtual audience. Linda's excited over there. That's right. It's good to be back here in the studio. It's good to look across the studio and say, good morning, Kendall.
Good morning, Jason.
I missed you horribly.
It's like a real-life version of you.
It's real life. It's not the Wizard of Oz crap we were doing last week. I'm actually sitting here in the studio.
Actually here.
The quarantine's over, and I missed you. I've said it 8,000 times. I've only told Jeff I've missed him 12 times, but
only 12.
Only 12.
I missed you too. It's the energy is just different when you're here.
Well, thank you.
Obviously, I mean it is your show, so that should be obvious.
Well, no, I get it. I don't like talking to you in a box. I missed Adam, I missed Tyler, and I missed the audience. And speaking of the audience, let's say hello to today's virtual audience. First, let's say hi to Deb. Hi, Deb.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Two things. First, I'm loving the cheetah scarf. And number two, where are you zooming in from today, my dear?
South Minneapolis.
Beautiful South Minneapolis. I love it. One of my favorite parts of the metro. And next, let's say hi to Linda. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. Now, Linda's a dear friend of ours. Linda, first of all, knows executive producer Jeff's mom. And but more importantly, Linda and I got acupuncture together. Look at that. Look at that picture.
I'm gonna bring that one in.
That's right. And now Linda won't mind me saying this. Before she had acupuncture, she had a weird British accent. No one knew why. And then she got acupuncture and it was gone. Right, Linda?
Yes, and I still have the pin. I still have the because I keep waiting for the car.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll get it. We got to get Linda a car, somebody. Anyway, we're going to be checking in with the ladies all throughout the show, so stand by. Thanks for being here. But yeah, it's good to be back. As I said during the show, look, you guys know me. I try to be as blunt as I can. I tell you too much. I tell you so much, sometimes Jeff has a heart attack over there because I'm flapping my gums. Like tomorrow, I have a little thing that I can't wait to share with you guys that I hope will be a learning moment for all of us of my age, but we'll get to that tomorrow. But I just want to say I was very clear, and I want to try to be a good example. I said it, I might have been exposed to someone with the COVID, so I take it seriously. I don't mess around with it. My mom doesn't mess around with it. We don't take so out of it, just to be cautious. I went into quarantine because I love you. I love Tyler. I love Adam. Small L love Jeff, and I want to keep everybody safe. So, and sometimes, and also know this, if I don't say something, it's sometimes just like a policy or something. You know what I mean? I can't be flapping my gums. If Jeff gets arrested or something, I can't say. Jeff's never been arrested. We checked,
Don't worry.
Anyway, there's at one time at a convenience store, but we won't talk about that. but I'm fine. I'm back, and back from Louisiana. I'll talk more about that tomorrow, have some stories. I will tell you this, and this will make you laugh because we have just 30 seconds. And my mom's going to text me and jokingly yell at me. We're at the Lake Charles Regional Airport. And this airport is about the size of this studio. And there's the beautiful TSA people, okay? And my mother likes her snacks, okay? She loves gummy bears.
Smart woman.
So Mom is packing, and there was too much stuff in her bag, so she goes, Jason, can you take this bag in your suitcase? So I go, sure, Mom. So it's my mother, so I don't question what's in the bag. I don't think there's, narcotics or anything in there.
Right.
So I have the bag, and it's in my suitcase, and the suitcase goes through the thing. And the guy goes, oh, we need a suitcase check. And I go in there, and I'm like, Mother, what is in the bag? Gummy bears. The gummy bears set off the TSA because you can't have food. You got to put the food out. She goes, oh, I forgot to tell you I had gummy bears in my... Meanwhile, they're hauling me away to TSA jail, for gummy bears. Anyway.
No windows in that room.
No windows in that room. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go.
Wait, did you get to keep the gummy bears?
No, Dar kept them, but she's, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you I had gummy bears in there. I'm like, great. Let's get started. Michael J. Fox continues his media tour for his brand new book, No Time Like the Future. He sat down with one of my favorites. I love Willie Geist for Sunday Today. And if you guys don't know this, Willie's father also has Parkinson's, and the two talked about the daily struggle, the daily battle. Look at this.
Plant your heel and shift your hips and transfer weight. I mean, all this mechanical biokinetics that you have to go through to just go get, a cup of coffee. But if every time you risk falling, every step is precious.
Or if you're in a restaurant, you say, okay, I got to get from here to that chair. And in your case...
And a busboy darts in front of you again.
Right. No, that's right. Do you get tired, Mike, of people asking you how you're doing?
No, it's just funny. Like, sometimes I want to go, like, really? You want to know? Pull up a chair. Well, I'll give you 45 minutes of it. If you want the short answer, I'm feeling great. Take it, accept it, and move on.
Yeah.
But if you really want to know, let's find a bench. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, optimism is a choice, but in a way it isn't. I don't think there's any other viable choice than hope for the best and work toward it.
I love that guy. Michael had a tumor on his spine 2 years ago, and after surgery, had to relearn how to walk. Just think about that. This, if you're having a bad day, he said his foundation is currently funding 17 different therapies, 17 for Parkinson's disease. And I truly believe what Michael J. Fox has done now in the 90s, it will lead to a cure. I'm confident, and it will be because of partially because of Michael J. Fox. Mm-hmm. And it does recenter. It's a smaller point, and I've jokingly said it in the past. I always say, when people ask you how you are, oh, how are you? And casual, they don't care. I've always said that. I think when people, it's almost like a tick. People just ask because it's the polite thing to do. Right. Oh, hello, Kendall. How are you?
It's a greeting.
You don't really care.
Right.
You don't really want to know, But that puts it in a brand new light. You want to know? Okay, sit down. I'll tell you how I am. Ain't good,
I didn't realize that about Willie Geist's father. He was he was a reporter for a long time on
CBS Sunday Morning,
right?
Yeah.
I didn't
Bill
realize
Geist.
That. Bill Geist.
Great
So
story.
funny.
Fantastic storyteller. A maestro with a typewriter with words. He's a great writer. Yeah, if you go on CBS Sunday Morning, go on YouTube, look at old Will Geist stories. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Next in the dish, do you guys know how to use the mute function on Zoom calls? Kendall?
I have it down, but I understand it's difficult.
Well, you better learn. Or else you could end up being put on blast like a Hollywood director did. Here's the story. He was caught poking fun at Euphoria actor, that's from HBO, Lucas Gage's apartment before an audition. Look at this.
These poor people live in these tiny apartments. Like, I'm looking at his, background, and he's got his TV and
Yeah, mute it. I know it's a apartment. That's why give me this job so I can get a better one. All right. Ready?
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
No, it's totally. Listen, I'm living in a 4x4 box. It's fine. Just give me the job and we'll be fine.
I'm more.
Wow. What a blank. I want to say a word, but I would like to continue getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Lucas posted that video to Twitter, the actor, and it struck a chord with a lot of celebs. Billy Eichner, Judd Apatow, Zelda Williams all chimed in saying this is not unusual. And directors treat actors poorly all the time, and it needs to stop. But he didn't. He was classy Lassie. He didn't reveal who the director is. How crappy is that? How crappy is that? How dare you? You probably are living in a really nice place. And who in their 20s didn't live in a crap box? I lived in a studio. I slept on a couch that my mother gave me, a white couch. I slept on a couch for 6 years. It's probably why I'll have back pain, but that's fine. But I slept on the couch and I loved it. That's what you do in your 20s.
Yeah, you're broke.
Yeah, you don't pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
You don't pay your phone bill.
No.
And you eat roasted chicken at a gas station because it's the only credit card you have.
Yep.
That's what you do.
Yep.
The true story, I ate roasted chicken off my dad's gas card. It was the only thing he really ever did for me. Let's go to the audience. Linda, have you ever had a Zoom fail or a call? Have you ever sent like a bad email to somebody, but it was meant for somebody else?
Yes, and hoping that I could delete it. I've not been experienced with Zoom very much, so I haven't had any trouble with that. Thanks to Jeff's mom, okay?
Oh. I love it. Deb, have you had a call or text or email fail like that where you've sent, maybe you were talking about somebody and you sent the message to that person?
I think when we first started doing like texting and emailing, I did that. I sent a old boyfriend something that was supposed to be meant for my best friend. Not on Zoom though. I learned my lesson long time ago.
Deb, you saucy little minx, you. No wonder you're wearing the cheetah scarf. Look at you. Thank you, ladies. We'll check back in with you. I sent a text message. This was recently, 2 months ago. I accidentally sent a text message meant for my radio friends to our general manager and it was about a mermaid private parts because it was featured in a movie and I sent it to her and not the radio people.
Oh, I've never thought about mermaid private.
Nor should you ever. Let's just be clear.
Okay.
And on that note, we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Don't ever think about it. It's in a movie. It's in a movie. More hot dish straight out of the oven. Coming up next, a shocker on Great British Bake Off that has the normally polite and gentle fan base up in arms. Then, Thanksgiving to go. Stephanie Hansen is here to help you plan your smaller feast while also supporting great local restaurants. And for the first time on our show, Diane Lane will join us to talk about her new movie, Let Him Go. And should I tell her that I have a huge crush on her? Yeah, probably not. That's all coming up, so stay right there.
Okay, here we go. Let's spin it, guys. See where it lands. Teresa, what is Dolores's most annoying habit? Do you want to sip, truth, or drink?
Most annoying habit. I'm gonna drink.
Okay. All right. Between you and Teresa, who has the higher IQ?
Ooh.
One more time. Let's see where this goes. This is getting really good. Sandoval, least favorite thing about Schwartz's wife, Katie. Ooh. Oh, I love this game. This is getting really fun. What's your least favorite thing about Katie?
Go ahead. Maybe how she I'm gonna take a drink.
Oh boy.
Forget the game. What's up with that mustache? He looks like he's getting ready to raise some white tigers with Siegfried with that mustache. Ugh. Hey, welcome back. It's Friendsgiving on Watch What Happens Live that Teresa and Dolores from The Real Housewives of New Jersey and Sandoval and Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules. Teresa didn't really quite understand the game, but that's all right. You know, on Mondays, we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for our good friend coming to us from, well, it looks like a new room in his house. It's Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Hey, good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Getting the Thanksgiving countdown on, that's for sure.
Nice ceiling fan, by the way, Brad. That's a quality, quality ceiling fan. First up, thousands headed to Tyler Perry Studios over the weekend. Why?
Well, a really good gesture. I mean, Tyler has always been someone who's super charitable, Jason, and he continued that trend over the weekend. He did a Thanksgiving giveaway for meals for families who needed the help. And it's good to see, but also kind of sad to see that thousands had to line up. to get this help, because obviously it's a really tough year this year, and a lot of people have been depending on others for help because they haven't really gotten it from anyone else. So good to see that Tyler's doing this, and awesome to see that some families will still be able to provide a good Thanksgiving for their relatives and their close ones.
You know, and I think you'd agree. You cover stories about him for years. It just proves once again, Tyler Perry's one of the good guys. He really is.
He is. He's a super rich guy, but he uses that money for good, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Whether it's entertaining or providing, he does it all.
Because Brad, wasn't it? Didn't Tyler last year? I think you and I think we did this segment. Tyler was the one that did the mystery layoff, what's it called, layaway. Remember, he paid off everybody's layaways at Target or Walmart that one year.
I had forgotten that, Jason. You're right. I think it was Christmas of last year when he spent, like, I want to say hundreds of thousands of dollars hitting different stores and paying off all the layaways for families. And I remember when the pandemic started, he tipped one restaurant like $25,000 with a meal or something like that. I mean, he's always doing these kind of small deeds.
I love that.
When he can, yeah.
Next up, we talked about this last week. Claire and Dale could be on shaky ground. Oh my goodness, already. After he was caught with another woman. What's going on?
So those were the reports that there were some cheating rumors and maybe the two were on the rocks. And I mean, it's same old story with these bachelor and bachelorette couples. But we spoke with some people close who said, look, they're ignoring these cheating rumors. They're not true. They plan on spending Thanksgiving together as a couple. So at least if you ask those close to the two of them, they're on good terms.
I'm sorry. I have an almond. I have an almond in my mind. Just anyway.
I know.
Okay, Brad, let me ask you a question. I love this guy. I love him on Stern. I love him on any talk show. Spade. Does David Spade work for you guys now?
You know, if he wants to, Jason, he can absolutely have a gig because he pretty much did an audition for us where he pretended to be a TMZ camera guy, and his subject wasn't an A-lister, it wasn't a musician or anything like that. He interviewed a squirrel, and he kept it very topical and very up to date. You know, David Spade asked, hey, what are you going to do going into the lockdown? Do you think people should wear a mask? I don't want you to get too political, but what are your thoughts on Dr. Fauci? So he definitely kept it relevant, and that's what we try to do. He didn't get any solid answers, but maybe next time.
Well, you know, it's a hard job market, so even Spade may need a side gig with you guys.
Hey, we've got him.
Perfect. Brad, have a good week and have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Brad from TMZ, TMZ.com for more TMZ on TV. Okay, let's make a bet. I don't know whoever wants it. We won't exchange money here. I think that's illegal. But over under on how long Claire and what's-his-face last. I need your total. What do you think?
What if they're done right now?
Well, then give me tomorrow as a date. I need a date. Give me a date. When do you think they'll be over by?
Bet 2 pencils and a Jolly Rancher that they're over now.
They're over now.
Yeah.
Producer Ted in the control room, give me a date that they're going to announce their split. January 18th for Ted.
That's my birthday. Ted, that's so nice of you.
Yeah,
Think of me.
We'll celebrate it on January 18th. Okay. And then Jeff. December 25th.
Oh.
Check the halls with, okay, on Christmas. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go I'm going to go next Monday. Next Monday. There we go. I'll buy, and if everybody, whoever, I'll buy them dinner.
2 pencils and a Jolly Rancher?
At Arby's. Beef and cheddar and a curly fry. There we go. More dish for you. Another surprise elimination on the Great British Baking Show. But if you haven't watched it, roll it, Leo. Because we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Got to talk about it.
Yeah. It's down to the final 4 in the most recent episode. Dropped on Friday. And most people probably thought Laura would be the one to leave after she barely survived, most weeks. But she made it through with one of the favorites of the season just out. Look.
This is the person who is leaving us. Is Ermine.
Ermine is done. She's a fan favorite. If you don't watch the show, people, capital L, love her. As they should. I do too. Leaving Laura, Peter, hi Peter, and Dave in the finals. Hi Dave. Hermine was star baker 2 weeks in a row before struggling in patisserie week this week.
Huh.
Now look, and Paul Hollywood tweeted earlier this week, so I knew there was trouble afoot. He said he was talking to just idiots on social media. He said, "Stop attacking Laura." And we all wondered here in America, what was he talking about? Because the episode doesn't drop here in America until now. We know why. Because trolls on social media thought that Laura should go home.
Yeah, but don't be a troll anyway.
Well, not only that, but like Paul Hollywood said, if you don't watch the show, here's how it goes. He goes, we judge week by week. If you have a bad week, it doesn't matter how good you did in week 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you had a bad week this week, you're out the door. And then his last line said, and also, I'm paraphrasing, he goes, audience, you also need to remember, we're tasting the baked goods. You're not. And again, can we just say too, why are you attacking reality show contestants?
Really?
Is your life that pathetic?
Yes.
That you are on Twitter going, I hate you, Laura. How small are you?
People are terrible.
You little hairy troll person.
Yeah. I tweeted out a picture of the sunrise this morning and someone said something really nasty. I was like, I just said, good morning, St. Paul.
Well, that says more about them than it does about you.
I know, it's
because
just crazy.
You are a bowl of sunshine with 2% milk.
Oh, 2%.
I don't like 1% milk. It's basically white water. Let's check in with the audience. Linda, do you watch the Great British Baking Show?
No, I can't anymore. I don't have. Isn't it on Netflix?
Yeah. Do you want my password?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Linda,
But
Linda, you could have paused a little bit before you said yes so quickly. My goodness.
I know it.
I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
Deb, do you watch it?
No, I don't. I should though. I'm losing, I've watched a million shows now, so I need to watch something new.
You know, Deb, this is what it is, and let me sell you, like everyone else watching, it's just an hour of joy. People are just nice to each other. They root for each other. It's about baked goods. I mean,
and Paul Hollywood.
Settle down, Linda. Settle down. Listen here, Linda. And Paul Hollywood. Okay, ladies, we'll check in with you a little bit later. Oh, did you hear Linda? Oh, and Paul Hollywood.
Don't forget him.
Forget the soggy bottoms. Next in the dish, the 30-year feud between Will Smith and Janet Hubert is back in the news thanks to the Fresh Prince reunion. Janet was, if you didn't know, was the first Aunt Viv. She got fired after 3 seasons and blamed Will for years. Well, the two reunited and talked it out in the HBO Max reunion special. A lot of people downloaded this over the weekend and then talked to a therapist on Red Table Talk. Look at this.
So talk me through, because I was having a different experience.
As the oldest woman on that set, there's that respect level that I just needed to have of being an older woman and a black woman. And we had our issues. I had been banished. And they said it was you who banished me because I didn't laugh at your jokes. Then they ordered me to stay in my room.
But people laughing for you then is safety.
Laughing is safety,
If
yes.
Dad was laughing,
if he was laughing,
Dad wasn't lashing out.
He wasn't hitting my mother.
Okay?
You're right.
I can imagine, on the set of The Fresh Prince 30 years ago, you just kept cracking the jokes more and more and more.
Yes. It's like Janet was Juilliard trained. Janet can sing, she can dance, she can act, she's brilliant, and she was in the parental figure.
Yes.
Right? So my little boy desperately needed her approval.
Okay. But
Fascinating.
The dynamic you described with Dad was
Fascinating.
also, it was not
Janet said the fallout, it's not ruined her career. The two apologized to each other, and she thanked Will for letting her participate in the reunion. Now, that's on HBO Max. The Red Table Talk is available on Facebook Watch. So I admittedly haven't watched the Fresh Prince reunion. I want to watch it for that very reason. It's always good to look inward.
Yeah, and it's been a long enough time that you can.
Still ahead, we're talking to Diane Lane live about her latest project with Kevin Costner. But coming up next, it is going to be a different kind of Thanksgiving this year. So coming up, Stephanie Hansen will join us to talk about some ideas for takeout for the big day. We'll be right back. It is the year of the pivot. Pivot! It's like Schwimmer going up an aisle here. And we're all being forced to change our plans for Thanksgiving, but all hope is not lost. She's our only hope. Here with some takeout options for 1, 2, and 4-person meals is the co-host of the Weekly Dish and our good friend. Don't you dare just call her Hansen or you'll get angry emails. It's Stephanie Hansen, everyone. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Steph, again, let me compliment your spread there. Look at that.
You guys, I was feeling a little sad last week because the whole Thanksgiving was changing by the day. And so I decided to do the Great Thanksgiving Pivot to give you some other options if you're not going to be making a meal for your family for 12.
Okay, so we have a great list as always with you. So get ready, everyone. Bub's Aussie Pies. Tell us about that.
Okay, so this is a turkey pot pie, as it were. These are little pot pies, and you can order for this. They say this is a family of 4. That comes with mashed potatoes, cranberries, all the dressing. It comes with the sides, and then they'll give you a pie too. What I love about this is it's something that you could give pretty easily. You could have a smaller group, and it's just something different. So it's not like you're trying to make the big Thanksgiving. You're just pivoting. You're making things small.
That looks, Stephanie, I'm not kidding, because I love a good pie. I want to jump through that this television and eat that pie right now.
Bub's is a new place. It's in Woodbury, and it's not been open very long. It just opened in the last year, and their pies are fantastic. They're Australian style, so they have a full crust top and bottom, but they're just great.
Oh, okay. I'm going there. Okay, Axel's, Mendota Heights.
Okay, I liked Axel's in Mendota because it's a supper club, and they're going to give you that supper club vibe on a plate, and they'll give you dinner for 2, the classic Thanksgiving, for $50. So of all of the options, it was a little more affordable in terms of what's being offered for takeout this year. And that's Axel's in Mendota, great family-owned local Minnesota restaurant.
Yeah, and I love that we're covering all, and you do such a good job of this, covering all parts of the metro, so no matter where people are. Speaking of that, let's go back to my neck of the woods, as Al Roker would say, the Nicollet Island Inn.
Okay, I loved this pick because you can literally pull into the Nicollet Island Inn, and they will bring your serving for 1, if that's what you want, out to you. The Nicollet Island Inn is a beautiful hotel, but it's owned by a local family. They do a great job, and it's $59 for 1 person, and they will give you all of the fixings plus the pie, and it's really elevated food. It just feels warm. It feels comforting, and I just think they do a great job. And it's pretty contactless because you literally can just drive right into their parking lot, and someone will come out.
And wouldn't you say, Steph, when we're on the other side of the COVID, don't you think Nicollet Island Inn is, just because it is locally owned, that is a great weekend staycation spot for people that if they want to come into Minneapolis, maybe they're going to get tickets to a show when we can have shows again. Don't you think that's a great spot to recommend just generally?
I do, and they have a great burger that's kind of a sleeper burger that's in their pub that people don't know about. I also picked it because I think it's a beautiful drive. I think it's beautiful to drive down Main Street, cobblestone streets. I think you just get a feeling of like you're somewhere else, and I love that about the Nicollet Island Inn.
The Board Loon.
Okay, I'm so excited about this young woman. She is located in Hudson, and she is making these charcuterie for 1 or 2.
Don't drop it, Steph. Don't drop it, Steph.
No, I'm not going to drop it because it's so pretty. But just like maybe you just skip the turkey altogether and you just do a board and have some wine and a movie. And she will tonight at 5 and 6:30. She's got 2 times that you can sign up for. She will teach you how to do it yourself. So she's got a Zoom class. She'll give you the grocery list. So if you're interested in making boards and you want to learn more about that, it's the Board Loon. She's got a round version too. I just think this is super cute for 1 or 2 if you're just saying to heck with Thanksgiving and I'm doing my own thing.
I'm writing that down because I love a charcuterie tray, and that is stunningly beautiful.
She's really great.
Baltimore.
Oh, okay. So I liked Baltimore for 2 reasons. One is they're doing a plate for 1 or 2, but you notice this isn't turkey. Some people don't like turkey. Some people want a big old slab of prime rib, and it's got the hipster carrots. It's a really lovely spread.
I'm sorry, wait, I'm sorry. Is it wearing flannel and shopping at Whole Foods? Why is it a hipster?
It kind of is because they're the colored carrots, they're not the green kind, and it's got the little stem still on there. They're a little bit elevated, Jason. And look at this. pumpkin cheesecake. I really can't get enough of pumpkin cheesecake, and that can come with your spread.
Well, and
I think, Jace,
I just say
Baltimore was the last place we ate together before the pandemic.
I was just going to say, we don't have a lot of time, but Baltimore, I would sell relatives on eBay for a meal there. It's so good. Finally, Rectangle Pizza.
Okay, this is my favorite one. $20. It's called the Thanksgiving leftover pizza. It's got cranberry tots. It's got turkey. It's $20. It comes with a pumpkin Rice Krispie bar. Again, maybe you just say, hey, we're going to skip Thanksgiving this year, and we're going to do a rectangle style, Detroit style pizza for $20. You call in, you pick it up, you cook it at home, you're done.
Perfect. We're not done with Stephanie. A little bit later in the show, she's going to be answering your Thanksgiving and food questions in a little bit. But still ahead, coming up next, I am talking to Diane Lane about her new film that she stars in alongside Kevin Costner. Diane Lane when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. Stephanie Hansen will be back in just a little bit answering your Facebook questions. Thanks for all of those. And thanks for watching. And don't forget, if you, the producers probably thought I was wrapping up the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you can't watch us live, and I really appreciate when you do, don't forget, you can always catch us on YouTube a little bit later. Just go to YouTube, search for The Jason Show, and hit that subscribe button. We so appreciate it. And if you want to be reminded when we upload new episodes, because all of our full episodes are there, just hit that little bell, and then it'll tell you when we upload a new episode. Thank you. When we come back, I'm excited. I can't believe this. She's never been on our show before. The great Diane Lane when we come back. Back in a moment. Love her. Under the Tuscan sun.
If you're a wee boy, we're family, after a fashion.
How you figure that? Bill Wee Boy. A cousin, are you?
Oh, could be, but probably not exactly. Our former daughter-in-law married a Donnie Wee Boy. He's stepdad to our grandson now. That's pretty tangled up, isn't it?
Family usually is.
Oh, I love her. I just love her. But I don't want to scare her, so I won't fangirl too much. That's Diane Lane and Kevin Costner in the new movie Let Him Go. They play a couple on a mission to find their only grandchild after their son dies. And joining me now for the first time ever is the great Diane Lane. Hi, Diane.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for having me. Nice to be with you.
Oh, it's great. It's so great to have you. I know this sounds sophomoric, but you're just sincerely one of my faves, so it's a pleasure to talk to you. What was it about this movie, Diane? I mean, at this point in your career, what is it in a script? What is it in a character that makes you want to tackle it?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm always looking for something that I haven't done before. And, not being afraid to play a grandmother is kind of cool, because in 1962, that certainly wouldn't have put me out of the age bracket, but also most of the great women I know are grandmothers. So time to saddle up and say yes to playing a grandma. But, this story had a lot of grit, a lot of passion. It was a primal survival story and recovering from grief and trying to turn that into a place where I could do some good. And we've lost our son, but our grandson deserves to be in a family where he's not going to be threatened with violence. And, there was a lot of chemistry between Kevin and myself, and we knew we wanted to find material that was worthy of more screen time of us together. So I think we're doing good here. We were in the #1 box office a week or so ago. So yeah, it's a happy time for the film industry when you have a good one.
Absolutely.
So.
Everyone's saying it. I mean, and you just echoed it. We were reading the reviews before the show, and people are loving it. And I think we all need just a good movie right now. I wanted to ask you, though, and I don't think I've ever asked an actor this before, what is your favorite aspect? What did you admire about your character in this movie? What was your favorite? I guess admire is a good word. What did you admire most about her as you were crafting her?
Well, she's dealing with her grief in a way that she has a place to put it that's constructive. And that's what you hope for when you're dealing with something that is potentially so dark emotionally, but you have light at the end of the tunnel, you have hope, and now you're going to focus on that. So I understood her motivation, and it goes deeper than rational thought. It's a body knowledge that you have to act on. It's a primal need for survival of your progeny, of your DNA, and it's like I say, it's not rational. So a lot of unrational things wind up happening that are, believable and on a scale that is certainly cinematic. So that was a good mix.
Yeah, we only have about 30 seconds. I wanted to ask you, you've done so many types of roles. What is the role that you get asked about the most at the market, in a park, when you're out jogging? And please say it's Under the Tuscan Sun.
I know. I think I wore the white shirt as an homage to the poster, right? I forgot,
yes.
But it is the most popular one, I think, because it's a feel-good movie, and it has so many great characters, and it's about recovering from a broken heart and reinventing yourself when your dream for yourself has died and you got to go get a new one. And if you've lived more than a couple of years, that's a very human story that everybody can relate to. So yeah, you answered it.
Yes.
It's true. That's the movie.
Well, Diane, it was just a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day and stay safe.
You too. Let Him Go is in theaters right now. Okay, can she hear me? Is she gone? Okay, she can't hear me anymore. Oh, I do not get nervous. I don't, and it's not an arrogance thing. I just don't get nervous. Like, I get nervous in small cocktail parties. I get nervous skydiving. If I ever did that, I'm sweating a little bit. I kept looking at her in the monitor. I'm not kidding. I've been nervous in this job maybe 6 times in 23 years. I love her. And how good did she look? She looked, thank you, Kendall. So oh, I couldn't stop staring at her. I had to look at myself and go, I had to remind myself I was gay. Still ahead. Stephanie Hansen is answering your questions. I've embarrassed Tyler. When we come back in a moment. We got to call headquarters to make sure. Kendall, call headquarters for me, will you? Still gay. Welcome back. Only a few days to go until Thanksgiving. Things I don't need to tell you will be much different this year for a lot of folks, but odds are you still have some questions about cooking or anything else related to food. Joining us again, back with us to answer your food questions is Stephanie Hansen. Hi, Steph.
Hi, I laughed about your Diane Lane interview. I interviewed her once on the radio, and I was so freaked out.
Oh, Steph, Jeff is laughing at me. I'm sweating. My pits are, I'm never, you know me, I'm never nervous. And it would have helped if she would have looked like crap, but she was stunning. Stunning.
She's kind of Hollywood royalty. Her and Kevin Costner, I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, back to the questions. Linda, from our virtual audience, she says, I'd like to send my older son a pumpkin pie and a younger son an apple pie. How do I ship these pies without having a mess arriving at their homes? Good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And there's a service called Goldbelly. It's a national service, but what they do is they contract with local mom and pop places to help them get their products into your hands. So if you have a favorite ice cream shop in Seattle, they'll ship ice cream to you. I've used this service a couple times for my dad who lives in Wisconsin, and I've ordered ice cream. I've ordered, remember when the croissants were all the rage that were like cinnamon rolls? I ordered those. It's a great service. It's called Goldbelly.
We have another pie question. Danette asks, how many days ahead can I make a pumpkin pie?
You can make it up to 3 days ahead, and I think it still is okay. I usually make mine the night before because I want it to set up overnight. If you're looking for a time saver, really what I would do is pre-bake the crusts and that is all done then. And then when you're ready to make the pie, that morning of Thanksgiving is usually when I do it. I just put the filling in and I bake it, and then I let it cool throughout the day for the dinner ahead.
Or just have a friend like you that can make it for them. Lori on Facebook asks, how far in advance can I make my sausage and bread dressing, and how long would I cook it for?
This is kind of a strange one because some dressings call for eggs. So you could technically make all this ahead of time, and then you could freeze it or you could refrigerate it and then just finish up that morning with the broth and the eggs, pour it over. You're going to bake it at about 350 for at least 30 minutes. I like my dressing kind of crispy on the top, so I tend to overcook it a little bit. I want all those crispy bits on the top.
Simone asks, and it's applicable because you are slow cooker Sally here, what do you recommend making in a crock pot to save oven space?
Okay, so two things. One, if you have an Instant Pot, the Instant Pot mashed potatoes are incredible. They're great. They last all day. I make them at home, and then I brought them to a friend's. I plugged in the Instant Pot and just left them on warm, and I swear they were hot 6 hours later. If you're doing slow cooker, you can also do mashed potatoes, but I like to use slow cooker to keep gravy hot if I have a lot of gravy and a lot of people that I'm serving. Otherwise, I think I would use it just to do like corn or peas. I don't like to have mashed potatoes in the slow cooker because it takes too long for them to cook.
Nick asks, hey, Steph, what are some alternatives to the turkey?
Well, chicken, obviously. You can do a roast chicken or even a roasted chicken. I'm really crazy about the idea of Thanksgiving pizza. I don't know why, but that just looks amazing to me. Also, we do chicken and turkey pot pies. That's kind of what we do for leftovers. I also think if you're just not feeling it at all, like, again, do a board or do something just completely different and just reinvent Thanksgiving. If you're going to do it, this is the year.
Hey, Steph, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Will you do me a favor? Make a plea and remind folks, the folks that may think, oh, it really doesn't help, over the next 4 weeks, how important takeout is to mom and pop local restaurants?
Yeah, you guys, 70% of your dollar, every dollar you spend, if you buy local, it stays in our market. It pays for employees. It pays for things like their health care. Your local dollars in our market are amazing and make a huge difference. So order takeout, order as often as you can. That's how these restaurants are going to get by and get us through to the spring.
Thank you. Look at you. You did it in under 30 seconds. I love you. Stephanie Hansen, everyone.
I miss you.
I miss you too. We'll see each other soon. For all of Stephanie's Thanksgiving recommendations, check out her website, stephaniesdish.com. And we'll also be posting her segments on our Facebook page and YouTube pages a little bit later. Give us time. Search for Jason Show TV. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Kendall joins us again next. Welcome back, everyone. Wrapping up the show. So good to be back. So good to meet Diane Lane. Let's say goodbye to our audience, Linda and Deb. Deb, thank you for joining us. Will you come back and see me sometime, please?
Oh, definitely.
And Linda?
That would be great.
Linda, you and I, acupuncture appointment next spring, okay?
There you go.
Thank you. Kendall's back with us.
Awesome.
Kendall's back with us. And before we go, I just want to say happy birthday. Over the weekend, it was my buddy Alexis's from the Jason and Alexis show. It was her 40th birthday. And then it's also my nephew Carter's birthday today.
Look at that fish.
I know. Carter is the kid. We are polar opposites, but I love him more than anything. He's my, he's like he's my favorite nephew. But anyway, I love Carter because he hunts, he fishes, he's everything that I'm not. And he eats anything. He'll eat squirrel, he'll eat a possum, he'll eat raccoons. I mean, just anything. But I love him, and he's an outdoors guy. Look at that fish. I mean, that's bigger than his dad, for heaven's sake. But he's such a good kid, and he's 16, and I just love him to death. So happy birthday to Carter. Happy birthday to Alexis. 40 years old, my girl is.
Happy birthday, girl.
And that woman hasn't aged since I started doing the radio show with her.
She looks younger than me.
Yeah. Tomorrow, no, you looked younger. Tomorrow on The Jason Show, one of my favorites and yours, former Letterman producer and Daily Show creator, Madeline Smithberg is back. Get ready to laugh. Plus, talking TV, Thanksgiving, cooking, and more. Don't miss it. Right now, though, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. And maybe one day you'll grow up, have a TV show, and get to marry Diane Lane. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching.